If you're here, that means that you're looking for some advice for your next D&D game. Maybe you're just curious about what could this drawing being has today. Either way, I am usually the one that matches the description I just said. And just as that, I collected a lot of information about D&D and YouTube. So I'm here as a guide about D&D content, as a fey spirit who watches the forest of D&D content. Just before I start, this list is not about the best or the only good ones. It's the ones I found incredibly useful when preparing a D&D game. If you're a DM and haven't heard or watched some of Matthew Kobiel, you're missing out. He has some amazing content for DMs and sometimes players in his Run It the Game series. Some personal favorites are Action-Oriented Monsters, the 3-part Politics series, and Fantasy vs. Fiction. And with just reading the titles, you might correctly guess that with him it's not about memorizing the rules or something like that. What he does explains a way to make the rules work for us. What X rule is trying to say, and there's actually times when he doesn't talk about rules at all. But he always talks about how to make D&D. But he always talks about how to make a D&D game better. The next channel is relatively a new one, not that I can talk about, and I found it very useful for players. Play Your Role has a series about how to play and roleplay certain archetypes of characters, like the veteran player or the lone wolf, but actually making it work at your table. I will absolutely recommend my players to watch his videos if one of them is trying to make one of these archetypes. Also, he is a beautiful bastard. Adventure Academy, the podcast from Dimension 20, is the final channel. But now I realize it's more like a series of YouTube videos you should watch. Anyway, Adventure Academy it's not another D&D podcast, an actually play podcast. They talk about anything related to D&D. There's an episode with Matt Mercer about making a homebrew world, with tips and tricks, but also there's another episode with Marisha Ray about letting yourself feel, and also the one thing that made me realize that the evil character I was playing was absolutely a bad idea, and was making the game not fun for me. Again, these are the ones I found were the most revealing to me, where I learned the most. But there are other channels that I would gladly recommend, as I was formed and taught by these channels. Maybe that will make it a YouTube series about YouTube series? That's a bit meta, and I like meta. So that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe and leave a comment, as I would as I would love to see what you guys think. Thank you, and see you next time.